Nobody cares what you have to say unless it's valuable. But what makes something valuable? Is it how much something is worth? Is it how much something means? Is it because of those things that they have value? So imagine a person, one who doesn't speak. Do they hold value? For that reason, I smile as a beacon of hope for those who can't. And hope is contagious.
What gives something value?
All right. So I guess there's always two things for value, right? Monetary value and just value altogether.
Okay.
Right. So for me, monetary value, just you give it that value, right? Like when someone tells you this food is worth $100, you paying for it means that it was worth that for you, right? Because it doesn't matter what people put a price tag on, it's you who made the choice to buy it.
Sure.
And then the following is it's a bit deeper. I think it's more of what you're willing to spend your time on, right? Like more directly, like people like nature versus the city, and vice versa. Some people like being out and about in the city versus nature, and I mean that can go on a whole rabbit hole of differences. But overall, I think value just comes from how how you choose to spend that time. Like a lot of times for me, it's value comes the most with people, right? A meal worth $100 ain't nothing, but $100 with friends, that's different, and that's gonna be a meal you remember more.
A lot of people relate value to like almost memories, and I definitely agree
Yeah.
because I feel like time is something that you can never get back. So it's always important to like just live your life to the fullest and give your life value, however
Absolutely.
subjective that may be,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever it is. But yeah, I think.
What makes something valuable is how much it means to you. No matter the price tag on something, money comes and goes, but sentimental value, you can never replace that. I've come to learn that money is not everything. And there are several millions of diamonds in the entire world. And maybe some diamonds are unique, but it's not valuable. It's a commodity. We give it this price tag to make it seem like it's a lot more valuable, but in reality, what value does it hold? A wedding ring holds value, but it's because it's a wedding ring. It's me dedicating my life to yours. Then does it really matter about the size of the diamond or the ring itself? If I proclaim my love to you, isn't that valuable enough?
Like, what value do you think you propose in society right now?
Me right now, I don't think I give any value.
Why?
Realistically, no, because like everything I've done, even because I'm a person who believes in like the value of like self-expression and art and everything like that. So all of the things that I do that I want to say it's my art, still meaningless because it hasn't changed. Or like maybe a person read it and liked it, but overall it hasn't changed their lives, and I know that. I'm an engineer in practice, like that's my career. I do engineering, and even that I can be replaced by another engineer, right? I don't think I'm a genius, and I don't think I stand out when it comes to like the grand scale of things, right? But so to society, the answer is genuinely no. I don't think I give any value to society, to my immediate surrounding, to the people around me. I think I do, but that's just because we grew up together. We've been together for a while.
All right. So then, who's somebody that you feel like has value then?
Guys, sorry.
This
No,
society.
you good. Someone who has value like in the world right now?
Yeah, I guess to you, like, who holds value then? Because you're saying like, even though you're contributing to society by working every day, you work inside the U.S. and everything. I feel like that gives value in itself. But you say that kind of doesn't. So who is an example of somebody that has value? I guess.
That's a good question because like we can look. The way I think about it is how replaceable every person is, right? Like Like for instance, we're in Austin, right? Joe Rogan City, I would say. Joe Rogan and Elon are like huge here. But I could promise you that if they didn't exist, you would have an equivalent to them, right? You would have an equivalent to anyone you can imagine, right? I can talk about your Bernie Sanders, your AOCs, your Donald Trumps, your Ted Cruzes. There's always someone else to take up that mantle. It's just the way of the world. It's just who happens to be popular right now. So for me, like, that's why I don't give value to anything like that, like people, because I'm just like, what? Even though what they can say is true or not true to me, it doesn't matter because if they didn't say it, someone else said it, or someone else is saying it. You know, they're just the loudest right now. Who is louder can change over time.
So then, what value does life have?
What value does life have? So here's the final conclusion of me. I am a nihilist.
Okay, I get that vibe from you.
Yeah, I am a nihilist, but I am what I like to consider an absurdist. I consider myself an absurdist. I coined that term. Absurdism is the idea that nothing matters, but we choose to give value to the things, right? And that's why for me, like, the valuable stuff is like, well, first and foremost is family, friends. It's the people around me that I genuinely care about. That being even musicians that I listen to, artists that I watch on TV, they have that value because they entertain me and I find them entertaining, right? Because if I didn't find them entertaining, then I wouldn't care about them, you know? Like, oh, shucks, something bad happened to them, that's sad. That being said, my life is still going to go on. But my life would still go on even if the ones that I cared about. But in the alternative, though, where it goes back to nihilism, without them, I start questioning where my value comes, right? Being alone in a city somewhere new, like, you start questioning that, which is what I've been doing all day today, because I'm just like, Austin's a new city to me. I don't know anyone here, so I was just like, how do I find entertainment? How do I even know what I like without my friends? So I think it's a give and take. What value life has? I mean, it's the value you give it, ultimately, whether we know it or not.
Okay.
When I ask myself, what value do I hold to society? My hope is to educate. My hope is to inspire. My hope is to create questions and rise questions in your brain to make you think. Because I think thinking is a lost art. In this new digital age of short form dopamine, it is so easy to just rot and not want to progress and not want to do more because it seems so easy and so fun to do nothing. And trust me, I have felt that every single day. There have been moments where I ask myself, I wish I could do nothing. But do you know what's more valuable than anything in this entire planet? And what I think everybody should learn to value is time. Time is something that I can never get back. Time is something that is irreplaceable. No matter what, you and I are on a set time schedule. The only things that are certain in life is your birth and your death. You were created and you are here. So no matter what, do not think that your time is not valuable. Don't tell yourself that, oh, I'm worthless. Oh, I'm replaceable. In reality, you are an improbable probability. You are not meant to exist. Your being in itself is a miracle. So cherish it. Cherish every single day that you live, every memory, every second. I find myself slipping at times, taking things for granted. And it's my fault. But that's because my life has been so blessed that I can be ignorant. You know, some people don't have that luxury of being ignorant, and they cherish things a lot more than we do, or maybe than I do. But just know, if you don't get anything out of this, I want you to know that you are valuable. You are precious, and life is precious. Don't ever take anything for granted. And most of all, understand that somebody loves you. No matter if it's your family, maybe it's your friends, maybe it's yourself, maybe it's God, but somebody loves you. No matter what, somebody will be there for you. And I promise you, even if you're at the lowest of your lows, I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, there are men that have come and fallen, and they've died for much less. So please, 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 no matter what's going on, no matter the hardship, continue to go forward, because life is valuable. This money stuff, that is replaceable. But your time, your life itself, you are not replaceable. So cherish life, because you are valuable. I mean, look at this scenery, look at the clouds, look at the sky. Like, that in itself is a blessing. Look at nature. Look at God's creation. This is just a small part of it. And maybe this isn't the most beautiful thing on the planet, but to me, in this very moment, I cherish it. To me, this is valuable. What gives something value?
Well, I think everyone is born with some sort of purpose. You know, you're born into whatever opportunities that you have. You're born into, like a specific family, specific situation. So I think that kind of shapes like what you're trying to do today, whatever intentions that you have. Everything that you have going on right now, everything that's happened in the past has led up to that moment. So that's why I don't know what I'm talking about. Wait.
Do you believe your primary responsibility is to maximize your own potential or to reduce the suffering of those around you?
Obviously both are important.
Then let me ask you
But
this.
if I had to pick one, I would say to maximize my own potential. And I don't say that in like a selfish sense, because realistically in life you would balance both. But at the end of the day, like, it is your life, and I have to realize like I'm completely in control and the kind of person I become. And I don't want to be much older and being like, I could have done this or I could have done that. I don't want to always sacrifice myself for other people. So I think always being able to choose yourself at the end of the day, not in a selfish sense, but just like in a ambitious in an ambitious way. You don't want to realize that you had much more potential than what you actually accomplished in life.
Yeah, I had another interview where I talked to the person about potential, and they were saying, I hate that word.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean by potential? Like, what potential am I meant to live up to?
Yeah.
And me too. I've always thought about potential as like, it's kind of like a waste, It almost doesn't mean you made it or that you have it.
Well, you never know until you like actually put complete effort into something, right? Like,
True.
that's my fear. I'm like, what could I have done if I spent less time scrolling my phone, or if I spent less time slacking from studying, like you caught me doing earlier. Like, I wonder, like, could I have done much more? And so that's just like a fear of mine. I don't want to look back and be like, I didn't really do that much with like the gifts that I was given, like God gave me when I was born.
So, what value does life have? I think the first guy that I interviewed said it perfectly. The value you give it. Life is only as difficult as you make it out to be. Maybe that's hard to hear because, you're not in control of the situation that you've been put in whenever you enter life, but it's true. Sometimes it's a shift in mindset that needs to occur. And through that, you give yourself value. You start to realize, okay, this is what I wanted in my life. And thus you start working towards it. And then you start giving yourself value. Don't use other people as an example of what success looks like. If you want a mansion, you want nice cars, you want a nice family, build towards that vision. If that's what you value, if that's what you care about, work towards it. Me personally, I I just want to be happy. I don't want to be tied down, or at least if I'm tied down, I want to be doing something, working towards something that means something to me, where I feel like I'm contributing to society. That's my way of giving back and giving value to society. Life is hard, but in all of my conversations with a whole bunch of random people, I have learned one thing. Conversation is so important. Conversate, talk to people. The people that are in the highest positions have only gotten there because they know somebody. So love conversation, love people, learn how to talk, learn how to speak adequately. I promise you that skill is more valuable than almost any skill that you have. If you know how to talk, if you know how to speak, you will get to places. And maybe I'm not in the position I want to be yet, but I will be, because I believe in a higher being, and also I believe and I'm confident in the skills that I foster. Why live life if not to cherish it? Genuinely.